So one of my subscribers commented and said, "Hey man, can you make me a future pop song?" And I said, "Sure, buddy."
Wish you love, wish you love, wish you love. Please think of me.
So that's exactly what I've done. Over the past couple of weeks, I've spent hours and hours making a future pop song from start to finish. It's pretty much a full song. So if you want these project files for free, you can get them from my website, link in the description below. Now, at the end of this video, I also dive into how I go about thinking about building a song, specifically the drop in this song, and how to stay motivated and not lose interest. So be sure to hang around for that because you'll learn some valuable stuff. All right, with that said, let's get stuck into it. So firstly, I found some nice vocals that had a verse and a build. I like to find vocals with at least a verse and a build, and sometimes a chorus too is a bonus.
Tell me there's another way. Tell me you don't have to go. I don't wanna wait that long, and maybe you won't come back again.
And I took my time and I made a really nice, clean preset and chords to support my vocal. The key here is to make these sound as nice as possible and don't move on to the next step until you're pretty happy with the results. I then added some backing vocals and little hooks that would also play in the drop. This helps the drop feel like it belongs to the same song. These were just random spliced one-shots and some parts from the original vocal with some format shifting.
That is saving good after all. Wish you love, wish you love, wish you love, and please think of me.
Then I just laid some effects like up and down rises, synth fills, and some chilled drums to help fill out the spectrum and build into the drop. So once I finish making the intro, verse, and build, I listen to that on repeat until I get an idea for the drop, really. But this is what the intro sounds like now.
Wish you love, wish you love, wish you love. That is saving good after all. Wish you love, wish you love, wish you love, and please think of me. Wish you love, wish you love, wish you love. That is saving good after all. Wish you love, wish you love, wish you love, and please think of me.
The drop idea started with a simple serum layer and some simple drums, but it sounded empty and lifeless, so I spent hours and hours experimenting with other synths to try and juice it up a bit. The drums sounded lifeless too, so I spent quite a lot of time finding the right samples and adding to my pattern until it supported my synths and the groove. The second half of the drop has the backing vocals from the verse as the hook. This helps tie the intro and verse and the chorus together. The song then breaks down into a lighter version of the drop synths, but still plays the drop drums. Sometimes you can change these drum samples entirely, but I felt these sounded perfect. The second verse and build just repeated the first verse and build, only with the drums still playing from the drop, just with some minor changes. And the second drop is just double the length of the first drop. I really want to put a nice lead on the second half of this drop, so if anyone has any ideas, then just leave it in the comments below. The outro is basically just the same as the intro chords, just with some drums.
Tell me there's another way. Tell me you don't have to go. I don't wanna wait that long, and maybe you won't come back again. I will be standing here, waiting for you all night long. Every day I'm getting old, but without you, darling, wish you love, wish you love, wish you love. Now you're safe and good after all. Wish you love, wish you love, wish you love, and please think of me. Wish you love, wish you love, wish you love. Now you're safe and good after all. Wish you love, wish you love, wish you love, and please think of me. Tell me there's another way. Tell me you don't have to go. I don't wanna wait that long, and maybe you won't come back again. I will be standing here, waiting for you all night long. Every day I'm getting old, but without you, darling, wish you love, wish you love, wish you love. Now you're safe and good after all. Wish you love, wish you love, wish you love, and please think of me. Wish you love, wish you love, wish you love. Now you're safe and good after all. Wish you love, wish you love, wish you love, and please think of me.
So I want to share with you guys what was running through my mind when I was coming up with an idea or laying down this drop. So basically what I did, I listened to the intro 5 or 10 times until I got sparked with an idea for the drop. Then I started making a synth patch, and it took me a while to make, and I laid that down and I put a simple drum loop over the top of it, simple drum pattern, but it was still sounding really empty and dull. Now it's important here to not give up and quit when it's easy to, because if your drop is sounding dull and empty, in your mind you're comparing yourself to like your favorite artists, your favorite songs that sound professional, polished and clean. Now the creative, for me, it's like I got that creative idea down, and now it's time for me to switch into Logic Mind and build on that idea. So basically what I did, I had that simple idea and I just added to my drums, I added into my synths until I filled out and beefed up the drop. Now, if you develop a mindset like this of just trying to lay a simple creative idea down and then using your logic and your skills to beef it up and make it sound more professional, I guarantee you'll have an easier time staying focused and motivated, and you'll be just a lot happier with the songs you make. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing. If you have a question, leave it in the comments below. Or if you want a whole bunch of free stuff, you can visit my website at offthebeat.com.